watching it right now. This is it.
It's crazy, right?
It is.
It's so cool.
I can't believe, like, I'm just trying to put my head around this. So you moved away from Connecticut.
Yeah.
You moved to Florida.
Yeah.
You sold this to a dude, or not sold it, but you gave it away.
You
Gave it away to someone who drove it to Colorado.
I drove it to Colorado.
Oh, you drove it to Colorado, delivered it to him.
Yep.
And now you got it again and drove it back from Colorado to Florida.
And here it is.
This is the best Miata that's ever existed.
Literally.
Oh my God. What do you think of it?
I love it, man.
Is it everything you remember?
Yeah, and we're going to bring it back to the OG spec. We're going to turbo it and everything.
Look at that.
All these stickers I put on when I was 17 years old. Actually, a lot of fans sent me stickers, and I would just put it on my hardtop.
Did it come with a Samet?
It came with a Samet. Yep, I picked him up in Japan.
That's cool.
He actually stopped by Australia and Japan while
Yeah.
Wow.
This thing's so fast, dude.
Yeah? In Australia it's fast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not here.
Not here. It's
No.
pretty slow.
In
Sorry,
Australia.
who owns like the world's fastest GTR titles right now?
It's Australia.
Yeah.
So this thing's got to be hauling ass in
Yeah.
Oh,
Australia.
yeah. It's got an RB26. You hear it?
Do you Camry start this?
Doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to.
No.
I think you're chicken.
I just hit rev limiter at every single gear.
Jesus. You can't hit rev limiter in fifth.
You want a bet?
Don't tell him.
You want a bet?
No. This thing is wild. Time to tune a GTR. For those of you who don't know, this is like our bread and butter car. The GTR came out in 2008. That's right around the time that I started this shop. And we have been tuning these cars ever since. So here we are, 2020, 12 years later, the latest models. And they're still rocking. They're still making good power. So this one is a full bolt-on E85 setup. It's running a Ecutech setup for tuning. So we'll be tuning with Ecutech. We're gonna add all the RICER ROM features. HKS blow-off valves. So we've got some HKS goods on there. It's got the Cobb intakes. So we've got Cobb carbon fiber, which I really like. No heat retention there. It goes plumbs right into the front bumper. So you're getting a nice, cool, dense supply of air right here. We've got downpipes, mid-pipe, cat back, and it's gonna make all the right sounds. So what we're aiming for on this is basically a max effort, I'm gonna say max effort stock turbo setup. So we like to see close to 600 wheel horsepower and 550 foot-pounds of torque, somewhere in there. So anywhere close to that will be plenty. So let's go ahead and get started and see what kind of power she makes. All right, nice and hot. We're still able to get 585, so pretty close. Right in that 590 range, we're getting close to where we want to be. So on a cooler day, this would definitely be 600. I'm pretty happy with that. Full bolt-on E85, Ecutech flashed, all the cool features. He should enjoy this. Okay. Here we have another great example of some Nissan Motorsport bred heritage. We've got an R32 GTR very very unassuming. The best way I can quantify this. Very unassuming looking car, but it's actually a pretty stout vehicle. It's got an exhaust on it. You can see exterior wise, it's very original. It is lowered. It is on some coilovers, so it has a nice stance, nice aggressive look to it. Not much as far as modifications beyond that though. Outside, we're looking at a very original looking vehicle. Inside we have typical Momo steering wheel, typical wear, dash bubble, a little bit of cracking on there. It's hard to see, but it's nothing too crazy. Slight wear on the seats. This is a bride seat. This is not the original seat. You can see the original seat in the passenger side and a bride seat on the driver's side. That's very typical for most performance-oriented Japanese cars. Carpets, everything looks decent there. Door cards, you can see, are intact. Switches work. Windows go up and down. Under the hood, we've got not too much going on, but a little bit. You can see we've got a set of intakes, strut bar, Cusco strut bar. Like I did mention before, it has exhaust. Just the basic stuff, nothing too crazy going on here. Stock injectors, stock turbos, intercooler, that sort of stuff. One thing this car is lacking is it does not have the AC anymore. It is not there. It's not that it's not functional, it is not there. So this car was performance modified for whatever reason, and they did remove the AC. So the interior controls are still there, the blower is still there, that stuff is still there. So if you wanted to put an AC system back on the car, you'd have to source out the condenser and the evaporator and the compressor. But regardless, the rest of the car is intact. Another cool thing about this car is it has an exhaust valve. We'll start it up. You can hear the difference. Twin disc clutch, as you may have just heard. That's another bonus. So you won't have to upgrade that. That's a huge plus. It's got the Kakimoto exhaust in the back. Go ahead and rev it a couple times and then open the valve for me, Shah. Okay, so that's the valve closed. Valve open. So huge difference, really cool. You can drive this car around and be silent and then make it loud when you want to. So let's go ahead and take it for a quick little spin. Okay, bride seat, it's pretty comfortable. This is not a fixed bucket. This has a reclining back, so you can adjust it to however your taste is. Clutch is a twin disc, so you got to be real careful with start and stop. If you're used to that, it's not a problem. But if you're not used to it, it can be pretty tricky. Now, as you can hear, it's nice and quiet right now, but you can't use this car to its full potential without opening this valve. So we're gonna open the valve right here. We're gonna open the valve right here. Can you see it?
Yep.
And now you can hear audible change in the exhaust. It got a little louder. That lets us know that we are ready for a little bit of a pull. So we're gonna accelerate up a little bit here. Not too bad. Suspension is nice and tight, very flat, feels good. Brakes are good, no oscillation in the rotors. Now, a little acceleration. Transmission shifts through the gears, no problem. There's fit. Like I said, brakes are good. Handling is nice and tight. So if you're interested in one of these cars, or this one in particular, just drop us an email. Go to horsepowerlogic.com, go to the contact page. If there's a car on there that you like that's not this car, feel free to contact us about it. You can look at our current inventory and our future inventory and find the JDM car of your dreams, and we'll get back to you ASAP. We're done.
We're done.
That was horrific.
Hit the like button.
That's excitement.
One of these. Front finger. That's it.